Bionicle is a series of toy robot guys that can kind of swing their arm a little bit, so naturally it has 50 books, a million comics, 4 movies, and several thousand wiki articles worth of lore. It also has a couple of tie-in video games, such as Matanui Online Game, which still stands as one of the most impressive Flash games ever made. But today, we are not playing a good game. Instead, we are playing Bionicle for the GameCube, and asking a question I guarantee nobody's ever asked before. Can you beat Bionicle the game without touching any Lightstones? The rules of this run are simple. I just can't touch any Lightstones, which are the equivalent of Mario coins or Sonic rings, so they're everywhere. The game has 8 levels, 1 for each of the original 6 Toa, a second level for the red guy because he's cool, and then the final boss. Let's get started with level 1. This stage sees Tahu, Toa of Fire, return to his Wahi, only to find it overrun with swarms of vicious Rahi. Your objective is to rescue the Matoran villagers, so that they can perform a ritual and open a gate for you. Now, I've already covered in a previous video how, let's say, problematic it is that there are Lei Matoran and Tawahi instead of Ta Matoran, but this tasteless greenwashing will not go unanswered for. All it takes is one enlightened Twitter mob spamming LEGO with hashtag #CancelBionicle, and the game will no doubt be pulled from store shelves. Please don't actually tweet cancel Bionicle, please. My heart can't take it again. Bionicle the game is pretty basic. You have a double jump, an aimbot lightning move, and a shield. The shield blocks damage, the lightning does damage, and the double jump causes psychological damage as you realize you can't just double jump over the Lightstones because somehow they still touch you even though you jumped way over them. Like, how'd I even collect that one? I gotta restart the whole level from like 40 minutes ago. And they really want you to collect these Lightstones. Right when you start, there's a Lightstone directly in front of you. Come on, Argonaut Games, developers of this game. I am not some foolish child who needs such trite and tired gimmicks as a coin number getting higher to have fun with the game. I am a fully grown, mature adult man who is playing the Bionicle GameCube game, and I demand to be treated with respect. The Tahu level is littered with these narrow hallways with lines of Lightstones running right down the center. They're actually the most dangerous areas in this whole level because the Lightstone hitbox is massive and very inconsistent. All you can do is spam double jump and just hope the game decides you didn't touch them. Once all the Matoran in the level are rescued, they do a little dance, which summons a robot dog, which runs on a treadmill, which opens a door. This may seem like a roundabout solution just to have something use a treadmill, but you have to remember that canonically speaking, none of the Bionicles have knees at this point in the story. The final boss of Tahu's level is a showdown against 4 Koroks, the Ice Borax.
Korak, the Ice Borak, able to shoot icy blasts from their claws. Korak, the Ice Borak.
They have a roll move, which makes them invincible, but occasionally they remember they're in a kid's game, so they stand still while you shoot them. When you hit them, they make this horrifying screech, which terrified me as a kid and kind of still does. Another thing that terrified me as a child was that the Toys R Us near me only ever had Galox, so while my friends all had that Tanak Nuvak Porok combo model, I just had a bunch of Galox, which, I mean, the blue one's cool, but I think the red one's a little cooler. He's got fire for hands. When the Korok are defeated, Tahu treats us to some great voice acting before moving on to the next level with 0 Lightstones collected so far.
Oh, what's it doing to my mind?
In the next level, you play as Kopaka Mata, the best Bionicle, and you snowboard down a cliff while shooting guys. Holy crap, was this made specifically for me? The first phase of this level is a time trial to reach the Kokoro village before the Borak can destroy it. This is a problem because the timer is shockingly strict for a kid's game, and the path down the mountain is absolutely littered with those pesky Lightstones. This part took me hours as I painstakingly charted out my route through endless trial and error, and just kidding, I beat it the first try, come on. It's a game for kids, guys. The second phase sees you chasing a Gallock down the mountain. You have to hit it with your shield to expose its booty, then blast it with lightning. This part is easy except for that right when it starts you're in a narrow cave and the game switches to first person for the first and last time ever, which makes steering kind of difficult. Thankfully, Infinity Ward would improve upon this idea 6 years later in Cliffhanger. Phase 3 is another time trial where you have to kill a Tanak. This guy's a little trickier because he can poop out spikes, the classic Borak attack, but he goes down easily, and best of all, his boss arena has no Lightstones to worry about. The only problem is that his health bar still uses the stock photo of a Gallock, which is just incredibly offensive. I mean, I can't believe I didn't notice this from my first Bionicle controversy video. Let's see, who can we blame for this? How about this guy? All right, boys, let's cancel him. What's he doing these days? Let's see. Oh my god, he was the technical director on Crackdown 3. Okay, well, looks like he took care of that one for us. Anyways, Kopaka saves the day, no Lightstones are collected, and we get to watch the Toa Mata transform into the Toa Nuva, which were an excuse for LEGO to resell the same 6 Toa sets with 5 new parts, and also was the most epic thing child me had ever seen. The third stage of the game follows Gali Nuva as she travels around Ga Wahi, saving Ga Matoran from giant purple bubbles. This is the first level where we run into some issues. Since Gali is the water Bionicle, her level involves a lot of diving, and there are underwater tunnels that connect each area of the map. Using these tunnels is mandatory, and they also make you follow a scripted animation path which forces you to touch a Lightstone, so sadly the no Lightstone run is forced to come to an end here.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
There's also another tunnel right after this one that makes you touch 2 Lightstones.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Another problem is that Galley needs 13 Matoran helpers to advance to the boss battle. There are 15 total on the map, but 3 of them are behind platforming challenges that are impossible to complete without touching a Lightstone. There's one that requires bouncing on a leaf, guarded by a Lightstone, one that requires jumping on a platform, guarded by a Lightstone, and one that requires crossing a bridge, guarded by several Lightstones. Only a true gamer could figure out a way to reach one of these Matoran without— oh, no way. Oh my god, he did it. I am so good at this game. This little bridge maneuver did take like 30 tries, so smash like on this video to cancel Taraga no Kama. Galley's boss fight is the Bow-Rock Cow, which were an excuse for LEGO to resell the same Bow-Rock sets with 5 new parts, and also was the most epic thing Child Me had ever seen. After killing them, the game taunts you by reminding you of the 3 Lightstones you collected, but it was unavoidable, so it doesn't count. On to Pohatu Nuva's level. Pohatu is a character whose ability is speed. His toy form can swing his legs and comes with a boulder for him to kick around and pretend he's playing soccer. Basically, he's a really athletic guy who's all about running fast. So naturally, his level is a Donkey Kong minecart. Him and a Matoran have to ride a minecart down a treacherous trail. You have 3 opportunities to hit all the switches before you fail. To intensify the danger, your overloaded cart rolls as slow as a snail. Green power-ups can boost you, but they're placed in the posterior of Lightstone trails. There's some power-ups in the open, but relying on them only means you won't prevail. So reaching over carefully to grab the boost near Lightstones is what this stage entails. You may think that sounds too hard. Obo doesn't have the willpower, he's gonna bail. But my first attempt succeeded, and it was easy, so I won't bore you with the details. Onua Nuva's level takes place in Onuwahi. Onua Nuva has to reach the end and fight a Rakshi. You do some basic jumping, but then you have to stop because a Lightstone blocks your path. You have to jump on these platforms to cross the river because since Onua is the Earth Bionicle, water vaporizes him instantly apparently, even though at this point in the story he's collected a Cow Nuva which grants him water breathing and the ability to withstand intense water pressure, so how does water kill him instantly? Come on, Argonaut Games, read the lore. Why'd I even bother buying these things if you're not gonna put them in the game? After collecting 3 Lightstones from this mandatory river crossing, there's yet another part where you're forced to collect a Lightstone to progress. With an appalling 4 Lightstones, ugh. I finally got to the boss and killed him by pushing a rock. Not gonna lie, that level was pretty rough in the Lightstone department, but maybe the next one will be easier. It was not easier. Liwa Nuva's level. Where do I even begin? You know those levels in Sonic where you're sliding down a giant rail? Those are here, and the rails are basically completely covered with Lightstones. I tried for like half an hour to get past just the first 5 seconds without touching a Lightstone, and it just can't be done. Nope. Come on, really? Oh my god. Come on. Oh, stupid LJ level. The Lightstone hitbox is super generous, so even if you try to jump over them, you'll probably still get them. The best you can hope for is to jump over one, collect the one in the middle, jump over the next one, repeat. But once you get past the pain of the rail section, things do get better. Just kidding. The next section is a platforming bit where you have to use Liwa's glide move to fly over the swamp. I always found this section difficult as a kid because you have to land on platforms that are directly under you, but you can't actually look down, so you just have to kind of hope that you're over the right spot. The margin for error here is weirdly precise for a kid's game, and also every platform has an unavoidable Lightstone on it. Finally, you get to the boss battle, a game of Spleef against the Rakshi Panrak. As an expert Minecrafter, I defeated him on my first try, which was some consolation for the absolutely ludicrous amount of Lightstones I was forced to collect during this nightmare of a level. With the no Lightstone challenge pretty much completely dead at this point, I decided to just do my best first run of the final level and not waste any more hours of my life quick saving to try to dodge 1 Lightstone. This level is a race between Tahu Nuva and either Kurak or Vorak. It's kind of hard to tell because of the lighting. Either way, the Rakshi flies and you surf down lava in a race to get to Takoro. It's not really a fair race though. Let's just say people who complain about Mario Kart's rubber banding have clearly never played the Tahu Nuva Bionicle level. The Rakshi blatantly cheats and spawns right in front of you at seemingly random intervals, sometimes right before the finish line. The ideal path is also littered with Lightstones, which would be annoying if Liwa's level didn't already make me stop caring. If you want to experience a fun version of lava surfing, just take your Tahu Nuva and kind of swoosh him around a little bit. You'll have more fun than this level can offer you, that's for sure. When I finally beat it, I didn't really feel like I accomplished anything, I just kind of got lucky. All that's left now is to defeat the Dark Lord Makuta, but he doesn't have any Lightstones in his level because, hey, he's the Lord of Darkness. Why would he want those? You shoot him with lightning a few times and he dies, Matanui is awakened, and the game ends. Aside from the Liwa Nuva level, I actually did pretty good at avoiding Lightstones until Tahu Nuva's level when I gave up. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to rate it 5 stars and add it to your study music playlist. And be sure to join me for my next Bionicle Challenge video. Can you build the Scopio XV1 without reading the instructions?